Bank to stay closed as NLC Shan meeting with federal government begin warning strike today. Police say no life lost as residents flee border community after second attack. 4 police officers arrested over alleged extortion in Rivers State. Presidency says no need to threaten judges as tribunal gives verdict tomorrow. On the foreign scene, North Korea's leader to visit Russia for weapon talks. Peace is the path to the prosperity of a nation. Let peace reign. I am Ifeemi Andrew. Banks, insurance companies, and other financial institutions in Nigeria will not open this morning. This is as they follow a directive to join the labor union's 2-day warning strike starting today. In an interview with our correspondent, the General Secretary of the National Union of Banks, Insurance and Financial Institutions employee, Mohammed Sheikh, said banks and other financial institutions have been given directives not to work today and on Wednesday in support of the warning strike. Mr. Mohammed said the decision to join the strike is due to the federal government's inability to establish modalities to cushion the effect of the petrol subsidy removal.
The committee that was set up by the federal government that comprises the Congress, NLC, the TUC, and the government has not been working. They have not been engaging the organized labor, and we felt that maybe government is not really appreciating the hardship that people are going through.
All banks, all insurance in Nigeria will join the 6 days warning sit-at-home.
After which, if government didn't respond robustly, genuinely, if that is not done, then I think we will further escalate the 2 days to a national strike.
He also frowned at the issue of the government's involvement in the in-house affairs of the union. Yesterday, the NLC shunned a meeting with the federal government. It was gathered that the media briefing by the minister allegedly castigating labor leaders ahead of the meeting forced NLC leaders to shun the meeting that would have been held at the Federal Ministry of Labour and Employment Federal Secretariat. The minister was said to have threatened the NLC leaders at his briefing for closing any chance that NLC would honour the meeting. While expressing worry that the planned action would reverse the gains already made, the Minister of Labour and Employment, Simon Lalong, promised never to take labour and Nigerian workers for granted. He maintained that the federal government had already initiated some actions to cushion the effect of the subsidy removal and was willing to find solutions to the challenges confronting Nigerians as a result of its policies.
To appeal to the leadership of the Nigerian Labour Congress and to suspend its intended 2 days warning strike, as such action would be detrimental to the gains already been recorded on our course to securing a greater future for Nigerian workers and citizens at large. Furthermore, I would request that the comrade leadership of the Nigerian Labour Congress give this government some time to settle and address the issues on the ground holistically.
The minister promised to attend to the contending issues raised by the NLC and holistically if given some time to settle into office. Recall that 4 days ago, the organized labour declared a 2-day warning strike following government's failure to properly plan to cushion the effect of hardship brought to Nigerians by the subsidy removal. Moving on, police say no life was lost to the crisis that erupted in Border Community, Gokana local government area of Rivers State yesterday. The State Commissioner of Police, CP Onwonyemeka, said this during the weekly press briefing. He said personnel have been deployed to the area to restore normalcy.
Morning when I heard there was issue there, I sent 2 area commanders out of my meeting. The area commander of Eleme and Bori, including the commander 56 PMF, to race to that very place immediately. But I want to say, as of now, I've spoken more than 4 times with the DPU and nobody has been confirmed dead. We don't have any information to any person dying. In any case, the community issue took me over 5 hours last week on Friday, which I tried to resolve the parties.
But a photo of a body of a young woman with a bullet wound to the jaw and shoulder is circulating online, with many saying he was shot dead during the border crisis. A resident of the community, Justice Kuzo, tells correspondent Sebiru that one person is feared dead after gunmen invaded the community early yesterday, causing panic in the area. He said the community is currently deserted following the incident.
I'm not satisfied because them for present me to speak what's happened to me. I'm president of there, but nobody speak against what's happened or death or injury or nothing. Nobody tell me anything. I am the victim of everything that happened. So I can talk what happened. So I need to speak everything that I saw and what happened. And people I saw it the way they shoot the gun and kill people. So I'm not satisfied for what they did yesterday in my life.
On his part, the Vice Chairman of Bodo Council of Traditional Rulers, Joseph Boiba, called on the state government to urgently intervene.
Where the Commissioner of Police called the elders and the chief primary ruler. So we're expecting that what they have the Commissioner of Police we settle to know how to be buried people that they carry their gun and shoot and killed. We will not accept that they talk about the burial of what they killed in the community.
We don't know how to tell our father, the Commissioner of Police, that called our elders. And what we hear about it is that now it should go to community and rule. What of the corpses, the dead bodies around the whole Bodo community? Leave this case now, because the way you tackle the case is not fair. You don't care our lives that we are not safe. You only hear from the John Beribon and you do not ask anybody.
The second attack followed a stakeholders meeting in Bodo community where the police commissioner called on Bodo residents to embrace peace. A survivor of the first attack, which happened at the oil spill site in the area, faltered the stakeholders meeting with the state police commissioner. He said he was not given a chance to speak.
They came in this community this morning with their gang, with rifles, shooting up and down in the community. People are running helter-skelter. Nobody is able to go to farm this morning. Even fishing, nobody is going to fishing. People are trying to pack out of the community because of insecurities. The CP did not say anything about the killing. And this morning, the boys came again, shooting up and down in the community and around to the bush. And even as I speak with you now, they are still in the community in the bush. The number of casualties in the community is uncountable. One boy is confirmed dead, but the casualties are uncountable. There are many people that are wounded with bullet.
On his part, the survivor also said the state police commissioner did not address the shooting that took place, but rather spoke about who should be in charge of community affairs.
You can see the court boys, they can shoot one our brother, our Peking, they call boy this morning. Now what you see. So my suggestion, the need governor to come intervene if something happen for Bodo, because both women and old men in this community, they hide, they don't know how to take common house, go anywhere.
In the meantime, the Rivers State Police Commissioner paraded 4 policemen in Port Harcourt yesterday for allegedly extorting money from residents. The accused officers attached to a neighboring state command were said to have extorted 6.5 million naira from 3 young men and accused them of being internet fraudsters.
Police officers, they have been on detention for barely more than 2 weeks right now for another offense. They are not from this command, but we arrested them to show that we are here to purge ourselves. I don't think any other organization has been more projective like the police in clearing up the bad eggs in their system. And I want to be challenged on that. Once again, I want to assure you that we fight crime to a standstill to the best of our ability.
CP Emeka also paraded 4 operatives of the anti-cultism unit of the command for assaulting a woman around the Ada George axis of Port Harcourt. The officers were arrested following a viral online video of the assault.
Upon receipt of the complaint, the commander of the CP monitoring unit swung into action and identified the officers as men of anti-cultism on stop and search. They have been all arrested and in custody undergoing interrogation. Also appealing for the lady that was assaulted to come to the command to give us her own side of the incident for proper investigation to be carried out. Security is every person's business.
The police boss also said that one Henry Thomas was arrested in Akinima community, the West Local Government area, and firearms were recovered from him.
The operative of the command arrested one Henry Thomas, a native of Akinima, in Ahoda local government area of Rivers State. During interrogation, he confessed to the crime and later led operatives to Akinima community on 30th of August 2023 at about 0400 hours, where their operational vehicle, a Toyota Sienna, 2 pump-action guns, 2 rounds of LA ammunition, 25 rounds of AK-47 ammunition, and 6 cartridges were recovered from him.
He said operatives of the command arrested a notorious cultist and kidnapper in Rumodogo community and recovered firearms.
Police operative of the command on 30th of August arrested 1 God Power, Salete, and 1 Temple, Woko, male of Rumudogo 1 in Emo government area. The 2 suspects led a team of policemen to Rumudogo forest for the recovery of their arms. During the process, their gang members engaged the police in a gun battle, and in the process, the 2 suspects was fatally wounded, while others escaped with bullet wounds. 1 AK-49 rifle and 6 magazines were recovered.
Away from that, the International Press Center for Safety and Protection of Journalists says the removal of the transmitters of AIT and Ray Power FM by the state government was unnecessary. The executive director of IPC, Larry Orogundade, said in a statement that the removal of the transmitter, which led to the closure of the media organization in Port Harcourt, is another attempt to stifle press freedom in the country. Mr. Orogundade called on the state government to immediately refrain from further demolition. Yesterday, the transmitter mast of both broadcast stations was brought down in the morning after it was disconnected by officials of the Rivers State government on Sunday. The acting head of Center Dark Communication, Anthony Ekiko, said the company's inability to transmit due to the disconnection may affect 85% of its workforce, who he said are indigents of Rivers State.
The Rivers State government has brought down a mast and destroyed the transmitter hall. They invaded this place yesterday morning and they were with arms, policemen. We can't transmit. The mast is down. The transmitters have been destroyed. As the head of center and financial expert, I will tell you that keeping the staff for that long, except something is done within this month, so how do you want to pay them? Moreover, we have more than 85% of indigents working here.
Our correspondent who was at the scene reports that the station's workers wore sad faces as the mast fell on the transmitter house of the media organization. As you may know, the land on which AIT and Repoa radio stations built their transmission station in Port Harcourt has been a subject of dispute between the government and Dark Communication PLC. Now, let's take you back to 2022 when, in what many viewed as a political move, the Rivers State House of Assembly revoked the ownership of the 860 plots of land owned and occupied by Dark Communications. The owner of AIT and Ray Power in Port Harcourt, the Assembly said it only returned the land to the Rivers State government over wrongful acquisition. It followed the petition against the broadcast station by 4 communities, Ozuoba, Rumosi, Rumokwachi, and Alakaya in Obiakwa Local Government Area Council of the state. The 4 communities are the original owners of the land. The petitioners had claimed that in 1973, the Rivers State government acquired for public use over 316 acres of land lying and situated along NTA Choba Road and fronting the East-West Road from Ozuoba, Rumosi, Rumokwachi, and Alakaya communities. They said the Rivers State government, in the course of time, allotted part of the land to the Federal Ministry of Industry for the establishment of a workshop for the training of people in various skills. Also, another portion measuring about 50 acres was allotted to the Federal Radio Corporation of Nigeria, FRCN. FRCN erected communication masts and buildings. It operated for a very short time before selling the entire station to the Rivers State government for the use of Radio Rivers. Similarly, Radio Rivers operated the station for a very short time before Dark Communications took over the entire station for the use of AIT. The land matter later ended up in court. In March, the state government, in line with its GRA Phase 5 Ozoba Master Plan, reclaimed and there's no need to threaten judges as tribunal gives verdict tomorrow. Stay tuned. Delivered by the Presidential Election Petition Court, the presidency says that President Bola Tinubu is not worried about the outcome of the court. Presidential spokesman Ajurin Gelale said in a television interview that President Tinubu sees no need to threaten judicial officers, saying that the judiciary is in the best position to make independent decisions based on the merit of the case before it. Meanwhile, senior advocate of Nigeria, Femi Falana, says the judiciary is facing unprecedented blackmail and intimidation over the presidential election petitions. In an interview, he says the blackmail is not necessary since there is still opportunity for an appeal at the Supreme Court. Mr. Falana also said there is no election petition that has attracted such attention in the country since the colonial rule. In the meantime, the military and the police say they will not condone any unlawful action by troublemakers. The Director of Defense Information, Brigadier General Tukur Guse, warned those who might be planning to cause violence on that day to discard the idea. The tribunal, in a statement on Monday, announced it would on Wednesday deliver judgment on the petitions challenging the declaration of Bola Tinubu as the winner of the 2023 presidential election by INEC. In other news, DSTV Prestige has promised a 1-year non-stop premium entertainment VVIP customer service, a limited edition gold decoder, and exclusive lifestyle benefits. A statement from DSTV also said subscribers will enjoy exclusive discounts from Swatch, Nike, Eco Hotel, Polo, Luxury, MedPlus, Tommy Hilfiger, Adidas, and others. It said it is turning its focus to the world of luxury, where exclusivity reigns and customers seek more than just products to create unique and exclusive experiences. The statement also said that the DSTV Prestige is a true embodiment of exclusivity and special treatment, urging those interested to visit dstv.com/prestige to sign up.
And now, we'll bring you news from around the world.
North Korea's Kim Jong-un plans to travel to Russia this month to meet President Vladimir Putin. A U.S. official who made this known said the two leaders will discuss the possibility of North Korea providing Moscow with weapons to support its war in Ukraine. The exact location of the planned meeting is not clear.
This is the news on 92.3 Nigeria Info.
On the news this morning, you heard banks are to stay closed after the NLC shunned a meeting with the federal government to begin its warning strike today. Police say no life lost as residents flee border community after a second attack. 4 police officers have been arrested over alleged extortion in Rivers State. Presidency says no need to threaten judges as tribunal gives verdict tomorrow. On the foreign scene, North Korea leader is to visit Russia for weapon talks. The news was edited by Choma Ezewa for light rain showers in Port Harcourt this morning. To reach the news team, send an SMS or WhatsApp 0808 721 7215. Peace is the path to the prosperity of a nation. Let peace reign. My name is Efemi Andrew. Good morning.